For our research project, I chose Pensacola, Florida as my topic city in North America. Throughout the lecture, I will be explaining the concept and issues around the city to ensure and have people understand how Pensacola, Florida is really like. It's cool that each state and city in North America have different things happening in cities and states, and especially it's good to keep people aware of what's happening around our country currently. So moving forward, we're going to start with the history behind Pensacola. In August 1559, Spanish explorer Tristan de Luna sailed into that would one day be known as Pensacola Bay. Luna established a short-lived settlement at Pensacola Bay. It was the first multi-year European settlement in what is now the continental United States, but was abandoned after 2 years when first got here. Next, the 5 Fiesta flags are known really well in Pensacola. It's kind of a strange thing. People are not really used to that. But our Pensacola as a city is called the City of Flags, referencing to the 5 governments whose flags have flown over the soil of Pensacola. So Spain, France, you can see in the picture, the United Kingdom, the Confederate States of America, and the United States of America. Lastly, Pensacola was the first Catholic Mass in the United States shortly after the Spanish arrived in 1559. The community in Pensacola finds it cool that their city was the first Catholic Mass in the United States, and that when they go to church, they feel like they have a special connection with the history and the first Mass, and they feel it's very special occasion. I'm just going to give you some fun facts. This is a little extra slide because I really was enjoying what I was reading. First off, Pensacola is known to be filled with fishermen, the beach, and environmentalists. A lot of the people down there are very environmentalist activists towards the environment. The city of Pensacola cares about how they live and try to cherish the environment they have now. The sand in Pensacola is like sugar white and the water is crystal clear. And did you know that Pensacola Gulf Pier is 1,470 feet long, stretching into the Gulf of Mexico, basically. So it's a long stranded beach. It is one of the longest in the Gulf that stretches past 2 sandbars, which is a lot. The city is also proud with the military thanks to the Naval Air Station. In addition of being a cradle of naval aviation, the Pensacola Bay area is proud to call itself home to the Blue Angels, as you can see in the picture in the sky. Here's some pictures of more. You can see the Blue Angels leaving smoke. And they're also known as the Flight Demonstration U.S. Navy Squadron, so that's pretty cool. Every year they do different events. The Blue Angels come out on the beach on special occasions. Since there's a bunch of activists in Pensacola, there's a bunch of parks around. There's over 90 parks exactly, and most of them restore our preservations for trees, plants, animals, different things from the water. So Pensacola is really good with an environment-wise. Now talking about the environment, actually, we're going to be moving forward with the issues that Pensacola faces when certain things happen. Living in Pensacola can oftentimes be hard because of the hurricanes, and living on the Gulf of Mexico is really hard because you want your water to be clean for the animals. But the city is known about the issues, and they've been working together to preserve Pensacola. Number one is stormwater management is very important because they want good water quality to be after oil or trash has been thrown in the water, and they're trying to reduce the runoff of rainwater or melted snow into streets, lawns, other sites. They're just trying to improve the quality of water in Pensacola. You can see trash and recycling, oil spills, very big in Florida. That's where they're from. They're on the Gulf of Mexico. But Pensacola is really good about having different companies you can see down below working together to solve those issues. So everyone knows political issues are a big thing in Florida, especially after all the shootings that have happened in the past. After this past year with the mass shooting of Douglas High School, Florida is trying to make it their job to limit gun laws and do background checks for people who have them. They feel there's been so many different shootings, not just schools, but like concerts, just so many, and it's about time that needs to be done. And the government is not doing anything about it, and they let it continue happening. But Florida's working together to figure out something where we can all be harmonized. With the school shootings happening, I know Florida for a fact wants higher education for the student. They want to create more things and give opportunity for people who are like when you're in school growing up. They and sometimes being next to the water of you can see, since Florida is all surrounded by water, there's a definite amount of hurricane issues happening, and people do know about it. They're working on it. It's a really hard thing, but the House and the Senate took steps such as ratifying rules for nursing homes and assisted living faculties to have backup generators and fuel supplies to help keep the faculties cool. So even it might be a small change, and it might not impact everyone that the Senate just passed that, but little things it'll keep on progressing to become bigger and hopefully bigger change, and they will save millions of dollars on damage that are happening. And coming with after the hurricanes, health insurance is a very big deal, especially when hurricanes. You already got the bad weather. You're worried about your house. You're probably paying so much on your house insurance just because you're worried about a hurricane happening and destroying everywhere. Like the picture you see in that image, that is in Pensacola. They had an awful hurricane and knocked down a whole block of houses. It happens, but they know about the issues, and they're working and creating different ways to help improve those issues. So the economy in Pensacola is it's not only a great place to live, but it's a great place to work. If you look at the map to the right, you can see that the employment rate in Pensacola is low compared to how bad employment is around them. If you can see around Pensacola, it gets dramatically worse with unemployment rates, but Pensacola's in the good with that. And the family median income is around $65,000 a year, which is really good with taxes. Pensacola expects future job growth at 42% compared to like the average United States is 39, which is really good. Like they're progressing and they're continuing to grow, continue to make jobs, and continue to thrive. A thriving economy clearly helps the tax base, so there's more money for the city improvement. So what Pensacola's economy at right now is a good start, and where they will be in the next, let's say, 10 years. So, culture. This is my favorite part when I was researching this project, because there was just so much information. I got so excited because that's somewhere I want to be. You can just tell by visiting Pensacola that the culture and meeting all the laid-back people, they're all very relaxed. Everyone who lives at this beautiful beach, they're kind of like the same in a way. A big part of Pensacola is the love for all the arts and orchestra that perform at the big theaters. When people come and visit, they want to see museums. They want to see all these different kinds of arts that Pensacola has to share and their history behind it. It is not only the culture and the art there is one of the only places in the southeast cities to boost the Big Five, which is theater, symphony, ballet, opera company, and accredited art museums, all in which can be found within a short few blocks from each other. Everything's so close. You can walk, you can tour. Sounds of music when you go out at night is always fun. It makes you want to dance. And on a heritage history page from a multicultural research, someone was interviewed and said, the Pensacola Bay Area is a true melting pot. It is not just the street signs, it's our architecture and our neighborhoods. It's influenced by cuisine and customs, and it's on the faces of our people. With centuries of history influenced by vibrant cultures from around the world, it's easy to see why Pensacola's historical attractions fascinate and delight visitors of all ages. Which is from a woman who lives in Pensacola currently, and she's showing her love and how much she currently likes it. You can also see the chart where it's all different kind of races in Pensacola, so it is a melting pot. But bringing it to a conclusion and ending this lecture, here are my sources. Here, I'll go back. We'll stay on this page. Ending the culture. Pensacola is a different part of Florida. Everyone may not know about it, but you can see that the love, like the activists, like showing how much they love about their environment and trying to improve ways. Like they know there's issues. They know that they're not at the point where they want to be right now, but they will be in the future. They're constantly trying to help improve the city. They're trying to help Florida fight their current issues right now. And with the history and the background on how it built up to where it is today, it is definitely cool thing. For the people who live there. I personally hope, and I hope I had helped you get a better understanding on how different parts of Florida might be different in different situations, but overall still one state together. And I hope you enjoyed this lecture, and maybe I hope I convinced you to maybe go to Pensacola one day. Thank you for watching. Bye.